Hello there, this is the Bible of Soccer, not soccer. In this video we're going to talk about the Gold Cup 2021 quarterfinals and about how beautiful this board looks like. I remind you that I'm going here with no teleprompter, no guidelines, no master edition, recording everything from my cell phone, and I speak like this a little bit slow so I won't lose my train of thought. Okay, so let's talk about these four matches for the Gold Cup quarterfinals. One of them was Qatar, El Salvador. Okay, so Qatar used one of the 2 or 3 formations that they used during the group stage, okay, which was 5-3-2. This was like their original formation, but usually when they defend they do it 4-4-2, and sometimes when they attack they do 5-2-3 to make sure that they have people there defending. We already talked about the groups of 3 that they have, where they main attack. In this case they play against El Salvador. Okay, when they're being attacked from the line of 5, only 3 are going to stay on that side, and the 2 they're going to stay there, but they're not going to be active, and usually all the people go takes that place and they try to be ready for the recovering and start the attacking, usually from there, or at least to have the choice. Okay, the other thing that we saw about Qatar is that they sometimes, when these two, whoever group of 3 stay there on the back, then they relocate and they form a small group of 3 there, very tight, until the other 2 come back. Okay, and then they are again and do the same. Okay, for El Salvador, they really didn't have any, let's say, real dominance on this game. They didn't go too deep into the attack. Okay, they play 4-2-3-1. okay, sometimes teams, when they're gonna play counter-attack, this is the formation for that. This is how El Salvador played, but they really never went real deep. They have some occasions, but only very few. They scored 2 goals, but they didn't generate a lot. Okay, so they were very efficient for the ones that they scored. Qatar started winning for 3-0, and then El Salvador came back, but it was kind of too late, and also because Qatar, after the 3 goals, they kind of let El Salvador play a little more, but when they score one of the goals, let's say by accident, and then a second one, they started to come back to the game and manage the situation and keep the 1 goal advantage that they have left. Okay, the other thing that we saw about this team is that when they were really in long possession for attacking, they were playing 3, because remember that those 3, if they're getting attacked from there, the next attack, when they recover, the next attacking that they do are going to be usually from this side, or these 2 are going to be the ones who are going to be running away first. So they stay 3-3-4. okay, this is how they're going to attack. And remember that They have two players that they know each other very well. They have a good chemistry, Almoez and a fifth. Okay, and that this team, they have been playing together for a very long time. The team is very compact. They play pretty much by memory, and let's see how far this team can go. Let's go to the match. Mexico 3, Honduras 0. So Mexico, Tata Martino, like always, 4-3-3 with a twist. So we already have been saying that Mexico, or Tata Martino, he plays with 3 defensive midfielders. Okay, 1 defensive midfielders and 2 that are more defensive than offensive, a lot more. Okay, maybe Herrera is a little bit more on the attacking, but not as much as he is on defensive, and not as much as a team needs, even though he plays with 3 strikers. Okay, but in this case he was playing against Honduras that had some COVID cases, COVID-19 cases on several players, and also their coach, their manager, and the assistant manager. So a lot of people with COVID. So this was Honduras B team, okay, because it was playing not with the best of what they have. So Tata Martino decided to be a little bit more risky, and he say, okay, I usually play with a triple defensive midfielder, so today I'm gonna play only with 2, and I'm gonna put another striker there, which is also not good, because you need to put there an offensive midfielder, the striker. Okay, but he did that because he really put like a winger, so he could just go there and go into the attack and help Corona or Pineda over there, and change to the other side, which was exactly what happened when they opened the score. Okay, Honduras was doing a good job in defensive, or kind of a good job, because in reality they were just making their line of 7, and then nobody took care of the midfield. Okay, but it was a tactic like that. It was working for some time. Corona, or from this side, okay, was playing over there, and then at some point they were being stopped too much by Honduras, and he decided to switch. Dos Santos also went to the same wing, and Herrera took the other side. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm doing it, if it was in this side or in this one, because it's very difficult for me to locate myself in the board when I'm doing the attacking from there to here. But the thing is that Corona was in the other side, and he switched, or not even switched, but he just moved there, and Dos Santos went to the same place there, to the same wing, so they were complementing each other. Herrera took the other wing, and that's how the center pass and the first goal came from. Okay, because Corona and Dos Santos managed to make the whole Honduras team, let's say, move to that direction, took him there, and Herrera came with a little bit of a free pass for the first goal, which is always the most important goal. Okay, and then the second goal was from outside of the box, Giovanni Dos Santos, because of this tactic that we were talking, that Honduras were just making a line there and nobody took care of the midfield, so Mexico was attacking from the wings and inside the box, and all this line was there, nobody was in the midfield, and one of the bounce, or when they were trying to clear the ball, got to Giovanni Dos Santos and he scored from the outside of the box, and then it came after that. They scored a third goal when Honduras was trying just to try to do something and try to catch up or discount at least to score one goal, but they couldn't do it. Okay, so basically that was this match. Let's see what's going to happen to Mexico against Canada, if they're going to play with 3 defensive midfielders there. Probably, because that's what Tata Martino does. And in this match, only because they were playing with Honduras B team, he decided to risk by doing that. Okay, but maybe if he would have played with Honduras A team, okay, their usual starters, probably he would have played as the way he's been playing all his life or his career, and the way he's been playing in this tournament. Okay, we already talked, I think, but I'm going to repeat in this video why Tata Martino was successful in some teams, okay, with this tactic. Why? Okay, because for example, he used to be the manager of Paraguay and he went to the World Cup and did a good job. Why? Because Paraguay, they have played like this almost all their life. Okay, 4-3-3, and they have good they usually they play counter-attack, like all Paraguayan teams play like that. So it's not only that, like Martino came and did this, he already have that heritage from previous managers. Okay, first, and second, because basically what he used to do with Paraguay was just defending and then center pass by air and try to score, because they have a very good players with aerial game like header and try to score. Also corner kicks or free kicks from outside or even far from the box, from the net. Okay, so that's why. And in the other teams where he has been successful is pretty much because he has the players for that system. But usually Mexico don't play like that. Okay, especially in this case, that Chicharito, Javier Hernandez is not being part of the team, and he has good aerial game to score with a header. So he's shooting himself in the foot by not calling him. Apparently there is a conflict between the player and Tata Martino, but it's not confirmed, or at least not that I know. Okay, but Mexico doesn't play like that usually, so that's why it has been difficult for them to score and to get to the other box with some advantage, or somebody who's gonna be creating the opportunities for the three strikers. Usually what happens is that one of the strikers or the strikers, they have to try to generate themselves. Okay, especially with Corona, which is a talented player, have a little bit of dribbling. Costa Rica 0 and Canada 2. Okay, so Costa Rica played, let's use blue for Costa Rica, they play 4-3-3 with Campbell over there as a middle striker. Okay, remember that for the first two matches, Campbell was playing on this side when sometimes he could come back and help the team. Here he was playing over there, but in some parts of the match, Costa Rica was moving from 4-3-3 to 4-4-2, and in that situation, that formation, Campbell was going again to the wing, and he was playing here, here, and here to help, and of course as a central striker. Basically, we say one more time, this Costa Rica team is made in function of Campbell. All the long balls go to them, or he comes back and help the team. Okay, in this case he was playing as a central striker, but they were transitioning to 4-4-2 as well. Okay, so it's difficult to really, if that's your only tactic, it's really difficult to reach next level. However, Costa Rica kind of played a good game, but Canada was superior. Canada again is sticking to their formation 3-4-3. Okay, they have been using the same formation all the tournament, and we noticed the comeback of Eustaquio, the number 7 from this team, the one that was missing. He missed the last match against the United States because he had a double yellow card, so he was sanctioned. So he came back here. This time he managed, he's the one who organized this team, the timing, everything that has to go, that goes through him is really good for the team. Okay, maybe not the best player, but maybe the smartest one. Okay, but we saw in this occasion that Canada was transitioning from 3-4-3 to a defensive line of 6 or 7, where maybe only one was doing as a midfielder defensive there, and a little bit of help from the rest of the team. And in the defensive system, okay, they were defending with a lot of people. They also were attacking with a lot of people too, in mass. And we mentioned before that when they go into the attacking with 1 of 2, they are very inoffensive. They don't do anything. But when they attack with 3 or more, they really know what they're doing. They're very dangerous. Okay, we mentioned that because some teams, they attack with 3 or 4 and they need even more people, but Canada with 4 or 3, it's enough. But in the opposite, when they go with 1 or 2, they really don't have the talent to associate themselves and try to organize a good attacking. Okay, remember that Davis, one of the stars from this team, is absent for the Gold Cup. Okay, and Canada is a very well organized team. Okay, they try to do passes all the time. They try not to do long passes or to compromise the ball. In this case, Costa Rica was doing some attacks in the beginning of the match, the first part of the first half, and they were making some tactical fouls to cut the attacking, and don't get surprised with a counter attack. And they were doing that. They did that like 3 or 4 times, and then in one of those free kicks from the back, this player, the number 7, Eustaquio, he managed to give the ball there where the Costa Rica had a lot of presence, okay, a lot of defenders. So it was a goal that I don't know if it was a mistake from Costa Rica or merit for this player or for this team, that they managed to accomplish that situation and they score. But also, this is not the first time that Canada do this. They did this almost the same thing in one of the group stage matches, that they attacked through the middle, okay, and we noticed that they do some tactical movements here to get the marking go a little bit away from the defenders and then make a move there, even though there are a lot of presence from the rival team, okay. Canada also was faster, their players were faster than Costa Rica, and Costa Rica basically played all the match in function of their star Campbell, okay. Remember that the Keylor Navas is injured and maybe they're a little bit weak in the defensive part. So Canada is now going to move to the next stage. Let's see how it goes. So far, Canada is the team that we have seen that tactically is the best team of this tournament, okay, even though they lost that match against the United States. But remember that Mr. number 7 Eustaquio was with a double yellow card and he couldn't play. So in a potential final match against the United States and Canada, okay, it's gonna be a different match this time. We don't know if I'm not clear about Zimmerman in the United States, if he's coming back or he's recovering from the injury or not that he had in the last match precisely against Canada. So if Canada play again against the United States and they win, we can say that they thought about getting rid of Zimmerman in some way and then take that advantage in the final match. Okay, that's more like a joke, but they generated that situation, okay, where Zimmerman, we talk about that particular situation where Zimmerman, he preferred to risk an injury rather than give a penalty kick or advantage to the other team. So it was a very good, brave move from his part. USA, Team USA 1, Jamaica 0. So in this match, USA played a little different, okay. They were playing with 3 on the back or 5, but in this match they started with 4 in the back, 4-3-3, but this was only like the original formation because the match was a little bit disorganized, at least tactically. We're going to talk about it, and we really didn't see the 4-3-3. And in Jamaica they play 4-5-1, and remember that Jamaica, for the 3rd match of the stage group, they 5 of their 6, I think it was 6 of their players stayed on the bench just to try to give some rest to some players, even though for those 6 didn't start in this match. They came by sub. They tried to make a difference, maybe they did, but not in the score. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that tactic that Jamaica did, or that they were trying to manage this championship by giving rest to those 6 players. And also, even though they tried to win that match against Costa Rica and get the first place, I think it was no difference between playing Canada or the USA. Actually, I think it was better for them to play the USA, because tactically I think they had more chances against the USA. Okay, not because of the players or because anything else, but just because tactically they could cancel each other, and maybe Jamaica could have reached the penalty kicks and go to the next stage. Okay, maybe I think with Canada they will have just lose the game. Of course they lose this one, but they pretty much cancel each other. We want to talk about that now. Okay, so in the USA, let's just remember that mention that again, that Zimmerman was injured, and in this match we miss him a lot, because it's true, he doesn't have, like, he's very offensive, he doesn't have goal like to score, but he has a lot of attacking situations, or situations where he recovers the ball and fight the ball and even do high pressure before coming back. Okay, so we were missing that extra player, or the United States were missing that extra player that goes into the attack. Okay, but what happened in this match? Why I say that, or we say that these teams cancel each other? Because we mentioned several times during this tournament that the United States is attacking only by the sides, okay, which is really not good, because then if you have a team that is going to block you there, it's going to be difficult for you to score, and this is what happened in this time. But not because Jamaica was trying to block these sides. It was because Jamaica also play a lot by the sides, so they populate, both teams populate these sides, this area a lot. Okay, let's just, these players are gonna go wherever the attacking is moving, or their organized attack or the counter attack is going, they're gonna move there. Okay, in the case of the United States, so a lot of players are gonna be populating here or here, depending of where they're going, here or here, depending of where it's going. So the ball is here, so everybody's there. So they populate these places, these areas of the field, and then it becomes very difficult to, okay, they go through, but in a very uncomfortable way, with no advantage to continue and to really generate a dangerous situation. And the same for the United States. That's why we didn't see a lot of opportunities for either team. Okay, and this is the consequence. What is the consequence? Well, if I cannot go there and I cannot go there, I'm going to try to attack through the middle. But guess what? I usually don't attack through the middle, because I'm the United States and I like going through the sides and abuse the sides. Okay, that's why it's not healthy. You always have to do other tactics as well. So they tried to go through the middle, and they were very imprecise, of course, because they're not used to that. So we saw that through the middle, maybe it was a little bit not easier, but less populated, and the chances that they generated they were not really with advantage. They were just very difficult there, and they were not precise. And the couple times that they managed to really do a good situation, that they managed to organize a good situation with danger to score, with possibilities to score, it was not really because they did a good job, but it was more because Jamaica made a mistake. Okay, that's also valid. And in the case of Jamaica, it was the same. When they were attacking through the middle, because it was too populated there, they also were very imprecise, and they didn't manage to generate so much danger. But in the case of the Jamaican team, they did a little bit different, because they reached some advantage or some advancements through the middle, and then they will do a long pass to either side. Okay, but again, it was already being covered by the United States, that positionally have or places a lot of players there. Okay, so tactically nobody won this match. Maybe the United States won it, because when you have a tactic that you already really is already grinded, it's already like, this is your tactic, and you dominate that tactic very good, you manage to score by using the tactic. Okay, but in reality, we can say that is valid, but in reality, what happens was that tactically the United States really didn't win. It was more the substitutions, where Diques was subbed by Sardes, and we saw that Sardes was not only playing more like a second striker coming from there, but he also was pressuring when Jamaica was attacking, helping in defense. Okay, so it was like another headache to Jamaica that they didn't have before when Diques was on the field. Okay, and then in that center pass by air where they scored, that maybe it was a mistake from Blake, but in reality what happened, it was that Blake, he didn't pay too much attention to the center pass. He paid more attention to Sardes, who was there, and he jumped, and he was trying to avoid him to do the header. Okay, but the ball was a center pass that it was overpass, and he didn't reach Sardes, and the second striker that was there on the back managed to hit the ball with the head. So even like he didn't even have to jump, okay, because it was, the ball was coming down already. So it was not really a mistake, or maybe it was a forced mistake generated by Sardes. So he was the difference by pressuring Jamaica when they were attacking, making an extra headache, an extra wonder for them. Okay, and also because I understand that it was not his intention to trick the goalkeeper. He was honestly trying to hit that ball with the head, right? But the goalkeeper felt like if he would have reached that ball, he was there by pretty much some freedom to hit the ball, and he would have no chances. Okay, so maybe the goal, it was coming either way, so I don't really call it like a mistake from Blake, that he tried to redeem himself later on in a corner kick where Jamaica was just trying to find the goal by any means. Okay, he also finished the match with an injury in his head and some blood in his gloves. Okay, it reminds me a little bit of that Patrick Schick penalty kick in the Euro, where he was bleeding through the nose and he was allowed to kick that penalty by the referee. Here, even though they clean the blood from his face and head, he still has like a lot of blood or some blood in his gloves, and the referee, maybe he didn't notice, or he just let the match finish because it was in the last minutes. Okay, a little bit of what happens to Patrick Schick in the Euro from Czech Republic, that he was allowed to kick that penalty kick when he was still bleeding. Okay, so that's gonna be all for this video about the quarterfinals for the World Cup, Gold Cup 2021. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it so more people know about this channel and these videos that we're talking about some tactics from these teams. Remember that as long as we advance in the tournament, we're going to be going deeper and deeper in the tactics. Okay, and also don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, this is the best time to do so. That way you don't forget or you don't miss my next video and eventually my next live. So it says goodbye to you, the Bible of soccer, not soccer.